Islam, Islam. Praises be to Allah and honors to his Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I'd like to take a reading from out of the Holy Quran. Know yourself and your Father God Allah, okay? That you may learn to love instead of hate. Every man needs to worship on his own finding the fig tree, the uniting of Asia. So we'll take a reading from out of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Drew Ali through the guidance of his Father God Allah. And if I can, I'm going to hit a couple different chapters and I'm going to speak to you guys in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I want to start from chapter 7 first. Islam, and Jesus says from chapter 7 verse 3, and Jesus said, truth is the only thing that changes not. In all the worlds there are two things. The one is truth, the other is falsehood. And falsehood that which seems to be. Now truth is alt and has no cause, yet it is the cause of everything. Falsehood is naught, and yet it is the manifest of right. Whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. Okay. Allah's meeting place. I want to go to chapter 8 now. Verse 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Allah lives not in the noise of tongue. There is no way to Allah from an idle shrine. Allah's meeting place with man is in the heart. And in a still small voice he speaks. And he who hears is still. And all the people said, teach us to know the Holy One who speaks within the heart of Allah, the still small voice. And Jesus says, the holy breath cannot be seen with mortal eyes, nor can man see the spirit of the Holy One. But in the image man was made, and he who speaks into the face of man looks at the image of Allah. And what man does for man, he does for Allah. Chapter 1 as well is what it always brings me back to. And when you bear in mind that when man harms in thought or word or deed another man, he does a wrong to Allah. And if you will serve Allah who speaks within the heart, to serve the near kin, those of no kin, the strangers at your gate, the foe who seeks to do you harm, assist the poor, help the weak, and do no harm to help the weak and do harm to none, and covet not what is yours. This is all from Noble Drew Ali. This is all from Noble Drew Ali. And Jesus says in verse 17, our Father Allah asks for no needless of waste, of plant, of grain, of dove, of lamb. That which you burn on any shrine you throw away. And no blessings can you attain the one who takes the food from the hungry mouth to be destroyed by fires. Okay? And then we want to go to 9. And Jesus says to us, a master never screens himself for the sake of reputation or fame. Allah and all master man judge man by what they are and not what they seem to be. Islam, not what they seem to be. I want to just share one thing real quick from out of our readings from our prophet that was given to us in our Moorish Guide in 1928. Notice I didn't say the Moorish American Voice. Notice I didn't say Arnel Bay's paper. I said the Moorish Guide that was given to us by Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moors that was with him in 1928. It says, Allah has sent us a prophet and sent him in time with a holy message which is divine. He came to let the Asiatics of America know of their ancient family of the Moors, and his spiel was to the Asiatics first. Why? Because they have been sinners since their departure from their forefathers' religion. And this is going to be my key point, and I'm going to leave you right there. Oh sinners, why don't you hear the soul of Islam ringing in your ears? The prophet has said, if I were you, I would get ready before I was made to do so. Now, I want to just stop right there. He said Islam. He did not say Islamism. A lot of brothers and sisters are scared of Islam. Noble Drew Ali did give us Islam. Okay, a lot of brothers and sisters, I'm going to say it again, will try to tell you Islam and Islamism are two different things. Okay, well, Noble Drew Ali said return back to Islam. So you're going to have to get used to returning back to the fold of Islam. Period. A lot of people don't want to hear that because it teaches you what you must do to be in line with Allah. Okay? And a lot of people want to be dirty. Oh, well, the prophet told us to speak Spanish. The prophet never told you to speak Spanish, Moors. Okay? That was something that was written and given to us in the oral statements. Well, I don't want to use any Arabic. You use Arabic every time you say Allah. So who's telling you this crazy message? We don't use Arabic, or we don't use Islam, or we don't teach Islam. We teach Islamism. We don't pray this way. Allah never told you to just pray your Moorish American prayer. I can go in the Kitab and I can show you, before Noble Drew Ali came, what Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has given us was backed up by all the other prophets. Okay, and Noble Drew Ali said that he was Muhammad who come again. He also said that he was Jesus who come again. So now, if you don't want to pray the Salat prayer, the prayer that you see that Muhammad teaches and pray, that's between you and Allah. But this, we are returning to Islam. So you got to learn Islam. You must learn Islam. Quit letting brothers and sisters tell you that if you're speaking Arabic or if you're speaking Hebrew, that you're outside of the fold of Islamism of Noble Drew Ali. Well, I got to tell you, a lot of people are lying to you, because we have people who was here, okay, and who left records to share that when they were in certain meetings, they would hear Assalamu alaikum in 1920s and 28s during the time of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And you also heard Shalom. So somebody's telling you a lie because they don't want you to get yourself completely together, okay? So let's be clear that he is teaching us to return back to the fold of Islam. He said of our ancient forefathers, Islam. So that's the way we're going. So with that, you got to learn Islam, and you got to learn the proper terms. Mufti does not mean I'm a security guard. It does not mean that. So you need to know Islam, because you don't even know what Mufti means. You don't. You don't know what prayer means in Islam. So how can you go over and teach? Now, you want to use the oral statements. How can you go over there and teach the brothers in the East if you don't have Islam together yet yourself? You can't teach them anything because you don't know anything. If the only thing you know is your Moorish American prayer, when you get over there to the East, brother, they're going to tell you that you and them are not the same. If you cannot bear witness to the oneness of Allah, and if you cannot stand on the 5 pillars of Islam, it is going to be hard for a lot of so-called brothers and sisters from the East to accept you in as a brother or sister of the faith of Islam, of the deen of Islam, of the way of Islam, okay? We got to come out of our clubism. We got to come out of this cult stuff. And you need to learn true Islam. True Islam that Allah told us to know. Not what Ardneel Bey is talking about, not what your leader is telling you, what Allah left for you in these books. Period. You can accept it or you can leave it alone. It's just al-haq. It's the truth. And in this era and time, see, we don't need to be around those who want to play with the deen of Islam. We don't. So if you feel like that Noble Drew Ali didn't teach us to unite back with our families, brothers and sisters, with the families of the nations, then I don't know what to tell you, brother. Because I can go back in all these books and find out what Noble Drew Ali is just telling me to do, what my other brothers and sisters are doing in the East, in Morocco, okay, in Saudi, okay, in different parts of Asia, Asia Minor, Asia Major. They're doing it all over the earthland. The truth don't change nor pass away. But see, you want to get caught up in some cult stuff. And that's not what Noble Drew Ali brung us. So I say, look, let's go back to the way of our ancient forefathers, because that's what Noble Drew Ali said to us. That's our spiel. That's our way. That's the true us. And if you don't like that, then I'm sorry. No, but I'm not sorry. This is our way. And it's time for us to get on the mustaqim, the straight path. Not the way of your friends. not the way of your lower self. See, the lower self wants you to find a way that's easy that it can still do what it needs to do. Let's return to Islam. Let's become pure and clean people again. Okay? And with that, I say Islam. Peace.